Welcome to everyone. I am Sabari Malai, Assistant Professor, Department of Statistics, St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Autonomous, Cuddalore. Subject code ASCS 42A, subject name Statistical Methods for Computer Application 2. Today topic Test of Hypothesis. The test of hypothesis, a statistical hypothesis testing, is a method of statistical inference used to decide whether the data provide a sufficient evidence to use of the particular hypothesis. A statistical hypothesis test typically involved the calculation of the test statistics. The hypothesis test introduction. The hypothesis testing is a statistical method used to make inference about the population based on sample data. The second point, it helped determine whether there are enough evidence to reject a given assumption, the null hypothesis. Steps in hypothesis testing. The first one, the formulated the null and alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis, H1 or H0, is also null and alternative hypothesis. Second one, choose the significant level. Choose the significant level. A third point, select the appropriate statistics. The fourth point, compute the test statistic. The next point, determine the critical value or p-value. Again, last point, make a decision. The first one is null and alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis assume no effect or no different or no significance. Then alternative hypothesis suggest and the effect or different effect. This is the opposite point. Null hypothesis is opposite or alternative hypothesis. The example, the average weight of students is 60 kg. The average weight of student is not 60 kg. The average weight of students is 60 kg is null hypothesis. The average weight of students is not 60 kg is alternative hypothesis. The next one is types of tested. The first point is a test. Z test is followed by this last sample. The Z test used for the last sample with known variance. The next point, T test, used for the small sample with unknown variables. Unknown variance or unknown population mean, population variance. This is a T test. The next one is chi-square test. Chi-square test used for the categorical data, independence of goodness of fit. The chi-square test used for the categorical data, the inference of goodness of fit. The next one, F test. F test used to do comparing variance in two samples. The F test using the two single variance or difference of variance is comparing two population variance. This is the F test. Steps in hypothesis testing. First one, formulated null hypothesis. Second one, choose in significant level. Third point, approach test statistics. Fourth one, compute test statistics. Fifth one, determine critical value or p-value. Sixth one, make a decision. The types of test. Z test use the large sample n greater than 30 is known variance. T-test less than 30 is unknown variant. Chi-square test used on the categorical data. F-test use the comparative variance. The next point, critical value versus p-value. The critical value approaches compare test statistical to critical value. Suppose example, the calculated value, they compare the some table values. This table value less than the uh, sorry, calculated value less than the table value. This null hypothesis is accepted. This otherwise reject null hypothesis. The critical value approaches is compare the test statistic for critical values. Is comparing two values. Two values are discrete or not less than or greater than is change of the null hypothesis or the non-neutrality hypothesis. The p-value approaches if p less than alpha reject null hypothesis. Otherwise, p greater than alpha accept null hypothesis. Next, decision making. Decision making, if the test statistics fall in the rejection region, reject H0. Otherwise, fall to reject H0. The last point's a conclusion. The hypothesis testing is essential for statistical decision making. The hypothesis testing is essential for statistical decision making. The next point is choosing the right test is crucial for valid result. The second point, choosing the right test is crucial for valid result. The last point, always consider sample size and significant label. The last point, always consider sample size and significant test. This is all of the conclusion. Thank you.